Hey guys, it's Momtourage, the podcast about being a mom that thinks that most mom stuff is super boring. So we created our own posse. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Carrie, and we are ready to walk you down the red carpet of motherhood.
All right. Wow.
Hello, everybody.
Mr. Director, can you bring up Zoom for us, please, sir? Hi, guys.
Hi.
Welcome to Momtourage live from your couch.
Hi, everybody, and look who it is.
Episode 2. Episode 2. And guys, we have a very exciting episode for you today because we have a co-host for our entire episode, which we've never done before.
Not even in just the podcast. We've never done that.
No, but here we are.
We're adding a third. Like it's like we're opening up our marriage.
And I think it's the right choice. I think this is the right match.
Yeah.
You know her as the host of Sirius XM's Morning Mashup. Carrie knows her as her yoga student.
I've touched her butt.
And I just met her, but she's great. Please welcome Nicole Ryan.
I am so honored, and I feel like this is the right choice for all of us. Honestly, I've never felt like something is so right. Honestly, this is amazing. Thank you.
I feel like as long as we set the boundaries,
right.
it works.
Right. We have a safe word, right? That's all that's really important.
That's all that matters.
As long as I don't catch Carrie looking at you a certain way, I think we're okay.
Right. No jealousy here, right? We're all
I'm
equal.
going to be blindfolded the whole time, so don't worry. There will be no looks. Anyway.
Nicole, I don't know how much you've heard of our show, but we love to play a drinking game.
I mean, I'm prepared.
Yes,
is this
glass?
Yeah, I mean, this is a mommy. I just got the kids finally to bed glass.
Yes.
So
we are drinking. We also are in our Momtourage #mommy juice cups.
I mean, I need that immediately. I need one of those.
We'll be sending it to you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Swag.
So today's drinking game is whenever somebody name drops, which between the three of us, it's like we're
going to be wasted by the end of the night.
It's screwed. We're screwed, especially with me here because I'm an entertainment reporter. So I mean, it's over for all of us.
Yes. So what are you drinking this evening? Rosé?
It's a rosé because there's like 2 bottles left in our house, and like rosé season is basically over, and it's always a sad moment in my life, and that means summer is over. So I'm just like, I'm really feeling it right now, and it's gonna be done. Once this bottle and the next bottle are done, I'm moving on. It's time to say goodbye to rosé.
I think it's always rosé season.
Really?
I'm not. Oh, I have red lip.
No, you're good. You're good.
Okay,
I thought I saw some lipstick on your teeth.
I also feel that rosé is seasonal personally, but
I also think white is something you can do all year.
I like white all year.
I do white all year, and I never do red. Like people who drink red in like the summer, like that's sacrilege to me. I don't understand that. Like red is solely for like curling up, like when it's like snowing and it's chilly. That's when you drink red. That I don't ever.
I'm the opposite. I'm Italian, so red is like if it's a table red, it's like same as
red is water. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Red is water.
All right. Well, today we are trying something a little new. We're not doing our usual tits and shits. We are doing drink and dish.
Drink and dish. Because like there's a lot. Sometimes the tits and the shits. We have so many tits. It's like we're a cow. Yeah. And we have so many shits. It's like we're like Port Authority, basically, 100%. With all the shits we're taking there. Ew, nasty. You're triggered. Okay.
I'm very triggered. I go to the Port Authority way too often, too many times in my life.
So let's drink and dish.
Thankfully, no one has to really go to the Port Authority, or no one's really like allowed there, or nobody wants to go there right now in this current climate.
I don't know. I don't want to know. I'm good not knowing.
Gotcha.
It's a distant memory for the first time in my life, and I'm cool with that.
I feel like we should allow Nicole to go first for drink and dish.
Please do.
So I could just like talk.
Week?
Okay, my week was okay. Actually, why am I even pretending? It was a dumpster fire. It was like it was like fully one of those things that like, it was one thing after the other. I had no break. And like, I felt like such a brat. Like at the end, like last night I was like, oh, and my husband was like, really? Like you've been on Zoom, you've been like interviewing fun people, you've been like, but like, it still requires energy. And I'm exhausted. And he had the audacity tonight, because I snapped when there were toys everywhere, to tell me to calm down. And that's a swear word in my house. Don't tell me to calm down. Don't tell me to shh. And don't tell me to relax ever.
Or that you're crazy.
No, that's a big no.
I become Teresa Giudice. No. Yeah, Teresa Giudice, prostitution whore, table flip when someone tells me to calm down.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Linda Blair. I literally, my head is spinning. I am projectile vomiting, and it is, I mean, yeah, it's really, really bad. And we've had to talk about this, especially at the beginning of the whole pandemic when we first went into lockdown. He was saying it often because we were both freaking out. And I just was like, those are the three things you can't say. Don't tell me to don't tell me to calm down, and don't tell me to relax. So it was a busy week, and it was a little bit nuts, but nothing too crazy. I mean, the kids met their teachers, which they're not going to get to see for like ever, it feels like.
Right.
In the middle of that meeting.
Inside, and I think my microphone picked it up. Just so everybody knows, I like stifled a burp, and it sounded like a weird dire wolf sound. If anybody hears that, anyway, go ahead.
I liked the sound. I kind of was vibing with it. My kid is like really obsessed with like every song now. Like the 4-year-old Keegan. So he was playing with my music on my phone, and then Parker my 6-year-old was on meeting the teachers, and all of a sudden he somehow set off Who Let the Dogs Out on my Alexa during the teacher meeting, and I couldn't turn it off.
And so what a jam, you know?
I mean, really, the Baja men were not invited.
Let them out, though. I still don't know. We don't know the answer to that.
So bad, so bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like 2020 has just become like anytime you talk to somebody and you're like catching up, like, hey, how are you? It's just like, well, I'm alive.
Yeah.
We're here.
Breathing.
Yeah, like, fine.
Yeah.
What was the best part of your week?
The best part of my week, honestly,
aside from right now,
aside from right now, honestly, was when I got to bed and I got to catch up on Bravo, and it was like Housewives and Below Deck. Like, that's like, I think a lot of us feel like that. You finally get in there and like, you feel like you like made it to the end of the war. You got through a war and you pat yourself on the back and you watch some Bravo and everything's right in the world where that happens.
What's your number one Bravo poison? Because I take my Bravo very serious. It is the church of Bravo for me.
Ditto.
So what is your
Below Deck is my poison.
Really?
I can't stop. It is so bad. It is a disease. It is like, I mean,
and
I thought that
season's boring. Do you like it? Are you feeling it?
Are you crazy?
Oh my God.
I thought we were in a threesome now. I don't know if we can go on.
Oh my God.
I
really?
love it. I love it. I'm like, I mean, like Hannah's gone now. I mean, the whole, it's so good.
Which I'm very upset about. I think that the whole thing was ridiculous, and I love Hannah.
I mean, I love her too. And listen, I think we all think, or I think we all need Valium or some form of it. And so like, I wasn't really that mad at her for having it on board, but yeah, I mean, that's my poison. And I try to like hold out with the Housewives and like save them up and then binge them. So I still have to get through New York. Yeah, I still have to get through New York.
That's my favorite.
It was a weird season this season. It was
New
weird.
York.
Oh no, it was amazing. It was so good.
It was weird. I thought it was weird. It was good but weird. New York, yes.
Well, I feel like they're all at this point, on a lot of the seasons, like they're trying too hard. Like they're trying to like stir up drama. Like it's like enough with Ramona. Like you're annoying to be annoying. Like I just feel like that's where we're at.
See, I think Ramona's just like a horrible person and she's just being her. Like truly, she's just like a shit person and I love to hate her.
I love to hate her. I think everybody does.
If Ramona walks, I walk. You know, even though I hate her.
Her lips just did something really weird when she said that.
Well,
she was like,
here's what it is.
I feel like I should do my tits and shits next because it's sort of, when you were speaking about Below Deck, it sort of goes into my tits and shits, which is I call Below Deck Below the Deck, which makes me feel like I'm my grandmother because she put the in front of everything. She would say like the Acme, the CVS. And so I've started my not tits and shits, but the drink and dish is that I have become the oldest lady.
Oh, amen, sister.
Ladies.
Yeah.
So I legitimately was having a conversation with my sister who we now text and talk constantly. And I was like, you know, we were dishing about celebrities and I was like, you know, I really wish I could get away with some of the outfits Busy Phillips gets away with. Like she loves a picnic check dress.
She does. The gingham.
375 necklaces.
She loves like a big headband and big earrings.
And then like hair color that's you know, fading and like I'm like, I just wish she's like someone who looks in pictures like she should be chubby, but she's very skinny. It's the whole thing's very confusing to me. So I was like, well, I would love to get away with the things that she wears, but you know, it's because she's rock and roll legacy. And my sister was like, what? And I go, you know, like she's Wilson Phillips's daughter. And my sister goes, no, she is not.
I don't think she is.
She isn't.
Okay. Isn't she like a sister? She's
No,
related.
no, she is not related.
She's not?
Just a girl from Arizona. She is just a girl from Arizona.
Oh, really?
But the other day when we were recording, she mentioned Dojo Cat.
Oh yeah, Sebastian. My son loves Doja Cat.
Doja. Not Doja.
Doja.
I didn't know. Well, this is what I'm saying. I have become the person that says Dojo Cat. And then I'm like, is that the same as like Jojo Rabbit? My husband's like, no, that's the movie. And then I'm like,
about Hitler.
Right. And I'm like, and Busy Phillips is one of the Wilson Phillips daughters. And my sister was like, no, that is a resounding no. And I say below the deck. So I've officially become the oldest person around. So that's
Grandma Carrie.
Grandma Carrie. That's my main dish. And the other main dish is that it's Ashley's birthday, and I'm this weekend.
Sunday.
And I'm super proud of myself because I bought her this gift probably a good month ago. And
really?
I'm the person that gives you the gift like the day I buy it. And I've held out till today. We're going to give it to her on the show.
I'm dying. I'm dying.
I'm so excited.
Should we do it right now?
Should we do it right now?
Yeah.
Can we?
Should we do it right now?
Yes, let's do it.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm freaking out.
Oh my God.
Hello, Ashley. It's Sonia Morgan. I hear from your best friend. It's your birthday. Yep, Carrie gave me the 411. She said, you guys have a podcast together. Fun. And it's called Momtourage. Great name. And I hear you're the biggest Bravo fan out there.
Horse.
That's not exactly the word Carrie used, but I'll leave it at that. And Real Housewives of New York is your all-time happy place, especially with me, and that makes my day. It's like it's my birthday when I hear something like that. I'm just glad that I can be a fun distraction. And she says, let me tell you, your friend is a real character. She says she's a badass bitch, loves tequila, and is a great mom and wife. I have the best viewers, i.e. you, Ashley. Thank you so much.
Why'd you make it about you, Sonia? Oh my God. I'm emotional. Thank you so much.
And we have this amazing cake, which we'll talk about later. It's a cookie cake.
Oh my God.
Should we read what it says? Should I hold it up before I show you, or should I show you first? Let's show you first.
Hope this cookie gives you the shits because your birthday is the tits. Yes. Thanks for not being a cunt. Oh,
here we go. Thanks for not being a cunt.
I have so many questions. Number one, I can't believe you got somebody to actually get that much writing on the cake. And number two, that you actually got them to agree to write cunt on the cake. That's amazing.
Well,
this is epic.
Talk about it. We have a company that very specifically does like lewd and vulgar designs on cookie cakes.
They're called Eat My Cookies, and it's run by two sisters, and they are the cutest things in the entire world. They look like
they don't eat cookies because
they don't
their
look like they eat
waistlines
cookies.
are jealous worthy.
That's so annoying.
They draw the line. They said nothing racially insensitive and socially whatever. Yes. No, but I mean they're messed up people. But that is the cutest.
And it's true. You're not a cunt. And I hope this does give you the shit so then you can fit into your pants better.
Oh, I love having the shit.
I just butchered that.
Oh, I want the shits too. I've never been more jealous.
I know. Well, I don't think this cookie will give us the shits because they have high quality.
No, it's
cookies.
not.
I wish we could give you this. This is so mean. We're eating a cookie in front of you.
While you're eating this cookie, I wish I was eating your cookie. Can we just discuss how close we were to seeing Sonia's titty? Because like I felt like if you go back to the cameo, it was such classic Sonia, like in pajamas, in the crazy glasses, looking cross-eyed. And if you look,
she was in the townhouse.
She could pretend that she's getting rid of that townhouse, that she's redoing it all day long. It's never happening. She's never getting rid of the townhouse. She will die in that townhouse. I mean, I never want her to die, but anyways, did you see that like that one side, was it her left side, that left boobie was about to come out?
I didn't have it for
Well, we have it for
I'm gonna pay attention next time. This first time it's just like, yes, it's my queen, it's Sonia.
I was like, girl, look good with that recent plastic surgery. We follow her doctor.
We both follow her plastic surgeon because we're just like, we need you, sir.
I think Tamara from the OC has a great doctor, and I also, even though I hate Ramona, I think who's ever doing her looks amazing. She does it like they do amazing.
She's had some bad ones. But recently she's had some
for the
ones.
reunion, she is pulled tighter than tight. She is blonder than blonde, and she looks like Avery. excuse me, I almost choked.
That would be quite a birthday. That would be quite an episode.
And that's a wrap. We lost her.
We would get a lot of views, I'm sure, Ashley.
It would go viral.
You could just give it to us, would you please?
But yeah, she looks like Avery at almost 70 years old.
I mean, God bless. God bless.
Yeah.
God, she's rotten inside.
Can you tell us about your quick drink?
I mean, that was my drink and dish.
I mean, I probably should have gone second since I just was like, and we don't want to hear about you. Here's your birthday. Bye.
It doesn't get any better than that. I'm telling you, I went to BravoCon last year and I went to cover it, and it was like being in heaven. I was like, this is Mecca. I am here. Yeah.
I tried to get you Bethany, but she's
$300.
Yeah.
She's got to be expensive. I mean, she can charge for that. She's Bethany, but I mean, listen, this whole thing. I thought about doing that for a while, but I'm just not famous enough. Well, I mean, maybe one day.
Nicole,
listen, my arch nemesis, who is not famous at all.
Don't say her name.
I'm not going to say her name.
Don't you dare say it.
With a pleasure. She's not that famous at all, and she's on Cameo. So you can make some Jelmani money.
A little side hustle.
Exactly.
I know some people who charge like $10. I do want to let everybody who's watching know this though. The lovely sisters behind Eat My Cookie Cake, Liz and Maddie, are doing a giveaway live on air today. All you have to do is text us or leave in the Facebook comments. You just need to tell us what's the weirdest, funniest nickname your friends have for you, and we're gonna pick a winner. It's simple. It's so simple. Mine is Trashly, which is just stuck with me for years. Offensive, but whatever, I've embraced
or
it.
Astley.
And Astley with $.
Right.
That's what my best friend, my other best friend calls me.
Astley. Yeah. That one wins.
Astley.
That one wins.
That's a 40-year-old man who calls me that, you know?
My two weird nicknames are Mom. So my best friend and I we would talk to each other as much as we would talk to our own moms. So we'd pick up the phone and say Mom accidentally. So we call each other Mom, which is kind of weird.
Right.
And then Crunch Berries, because I have extremely large and red nipples.
Are they? I can't believe I'm going to say this. I can't believe I'm saying this. I too. They're not red, but they're a little larger than I'd like them to be.
Yeah. They're like eraser ends, and they're kind of like Crunch Berries. Yeah.
Crunch Berries. Okay.
All right. That?
Valerie. Too.
Oh, okay.
I'm surprised you never saw them in yoga. It feels like a very Crunch Berry opportunity.
Yeah, maybe through the top, maybe through the yoga top,
maybe.
if we were nipping a little bit.
Focused on your practice.
I was trying to breathe. Okay. I have one name that people call me. I mean, when you're in radio, you try to have like a cool or like kind of fun or like kitschy name. And when I first started, this is so sexist, but like I had like my boobs are rather large. Let's stay on the boobs. And so they would call me like big, like you have big guns. They called me like Biggins, like Higgins. So they were like, Nicole, let's stick with that. Your name will be Nicole Biggins. And I was like, okay. And then my family calls me Coley. I was never a Nikki. So a lot of people call me Coley B because they kind of like combine those
cool.
two.
I like that. Very Italian Jersey. And I'm on board with that.
Yes.
Well, for those of you watching, we want to hear what you have to say. So leave your comments below or text us at 918-352-MOMS. Tell us your weirdest, funniest nickname for a chance to win a free Eat My Cookie Cake.
That can say something like
anything.
Like you're a fucking cunt.
You're
if
a
you
cunt.
want, or whatever.
But sometimes you are just a cunt.
Or eat my vag, or whatever you want, really.
Or vote for Biden. Whatever.
Or it could just say cookie. I mean, who knows?
Just like suck my dick. It just felt good to even say that. I mean, even if it's not on a cookie, that just felt really cathartic for me.
And the cookie's very good and moist. Just
okay.
So you know, I said
it is really good.
You did say moist. Yep.
I said moist.
You said it.
So let's move on to a little hot goss. I feel like the world of gossip is just so...
It erupted between yesterday and today. Frankly.
A little bit.
Some good goss today.
It's so good right now. I wanted to start with Cardi B filing for divorce from Offset, which like... It's about time, in my opinion. I don't know about anybody else.
I feel like we saw it coming, but we also didn't see it coming because I felt like she knew what she was getting into.
And she also tolerated it before.
Right.
She tolerated it before, yes, for sure.
So I didn't see it coming, but like also we saw it coming.
Right.
Well, if you remember, they were together and like they broke up and got back together like multiple times before this last time, before they secretly got married and then had baby Culture, who's like now 2. I didn't see it coming because if you watch the WAP video, she seems like everything's fine and that she's giving him whatever he might need in the bedroom. So why is he venturing off? If this human being, if this female exists, what more could a man want? So that part,
truly.
I didn't see coming, but apparently he never stopped cheating on her ever.
No.
She's guaranteed giving way more blowjobs than I've ever given in the entirety of my life.
True.
In like a week.
I mean,
and I don't mean that in a hoe thing. I mean, like, to him, like, that's just like a thing it seems like she's into, and all kinds of things.
Yeah, she's very open about
and
how.
That offensively.
Yeah, no, but she's very open about how much she wants sex, how much she loves it, how horny she is. I mean, and there's a lyric in that song that she likens our vaginas to macaroni in a pot. I mean,
I love that line.
We actually talked about that in last week's episode, and I love macaroni in a pot.
Because we all know that sound. It's just like. Yes, and it's very accurate.
I made macaroni and cheese for Luna today, in fact.
I mean, and you were like, this does sound like my wet ass pussy, doesn't it?
Well, when it was wet. Yes, it did. 'Twas wet at one point.
But they're saying that he cheated on her once again, obviously.
I wonder what was the breaking point though. Like, if someone's been cheating on you
he apparently knocked somebody up.
Oh, got it. Okay, because I was like, what is like? They were like, now this is enough. You know?
That's the rumor, but then she came out and now she's probably trying to save face, but she's saying that's not true, and now she wants it to be amicable. Blah blah blah. I mean,
she's not filing for child support.
I mean, I have to say, like, that's kind of a badass baller move.
Totally.
Even though I think she should do it, but that's kind of like. I was like, oh, girl, like, that is, like, the best fuck you. Where you're like, my money is good. Thank you. Like, I kind of love that. That was, like, my favorite part of reading the gossip report. Was just being like, girl, yeah, you're right.
Oh, my God. You just sounded like an 80-year-old woman.
I was reading the gossip report.
Got my paper and read the gossip report.
When I was looking at those rag mags, I was, looking at the report. That's amazing.
I'm 107 years old. Anyway, I was like, that's the most amazing thing that she did. I am so old. I just proved myself right. Get off my lawn.
It's so funny. Oh, my God. All right. So next up, have you seen This Is Paris?
Yes, I watched it the second it came out. I'm so embarrassed that I just said that out loud.
I watched it last night.
Okay.
What are your thoughts?
I haven't watched it yet. Lee and I, it's our date night for Friday night.
Okay.
Let's listen up before you make that date.
Matt just laughed and I was like, date night Friday night.
My man walks by. Matt walks in the room. He kind of walks by and he's like, first he looks up.
You have a Matt also.
I do have a Matt.
We both have Matts. Yes.
We both have Matts. Oh, I knew we were meant to be. Anyways, he walks in and he kind of looks at me with the judging eyes, like, are you seriously watching this? Even though he like watches Bravo and tons of crap television, but he's like, okay, you really stooped to a new level. You're watching the Paris Hilton documentary. Fuck him. And then he looks back at it and he started watching for like, I don't know, 30 seconds. And he looked at me and he goes, are we supposed to feel bad for her? And then walked out.
That's exactly
and I thought about it for a second. And honestly, I did. Like, of course I don't feel bad for her. I know that she's like very like hashtag blessed. And like she's got tons of money and grew up in a family that could afford her this amazing life. But the shit that went down to her, like with her in her life in like at that school was fucked up.
Yes. But also, I felt like it was two different movies, like two different documentaries. Like they spend some time leading up to what happened to her in this school, but then they're focusing on just like her life and what's gone into her life and all this, and her like constantly saying like, "I'll stop when I make $1 billion," which also is the most infuriating comment in the entire
Don't
world.
Even get me started. Don't even get me started.
But then all of a sudden it goes into this like thing about the school and it like dives into it and it's a whole other like half hour of the movie. It just felt
it's just not a well-made documentary.
I think that's what it was. Like, I really enjoyed the whole first part and I enjoyed the second part, like seeing her advocate. They didn't do a good job of
it didn't mesh.
Together. I mean, she definitely acts like someone who has Arrested Development syndrome from something that happened to her because I forget what I was watching recently. Something about the beauty industry. I was watching some documentary about the beauty industry and it was some documentary about paparazzi or whatever and influersers. And
yes, I saw that. I saw it.
Yeah. With that guy
who's social life or something.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, bitch is as old as I am, I think. I think she's in her 40s.
Who? Paris Hilton. I'm pretty sure
she's
like 40.
Yeah. So I was like,
I'm Googling it right
now. As old
now.
as me. I think she's 40. Oh, she's got to look it up.
Because I'm going to be 35
I think she's like
weekend.
40.
39.
Yeah. I remember watching that and being like,
she looks good though.
I know, but I remember being that and being like, watching that and being like, oh, I feel a little uncomfortable now that she is this age and acting like this. Whereas before, it's just like she's a socialite. She's, she's, privileged or whatever, and
totally.
so she's acting in this way. But I'm like, as a 39-year-old, this seems uncomfortable to me, because then they flash to her younger sister Nikki, and Nikki was like a regular person at her regular age, just looking fabulous and rich. And I was like, oh, something happened to her. So we know that she's been affected by this, and who else knows? God knows what. But that made me uncomfortable and made me feel a little bad for her.
There was definitely waves of Michael Jackson, like the whole, like, I never want to grow up. Like, she was sort of like stuck a little bit in this like stage of life. And like, I don't know if she's ever going to get out of it. And I also did think that, like you're saying, actually, I thought it was going to be multiple parts, even though the thing was like almost 2 hours. I was like, when's the next episode? And there wasn't another one.
Yeah, it was. I think if they had made it a series, maybe it would be more. Yeah. It would have been more cohesive somehow.
And also, if she had been in Nexium, I think it would have been more cohesive.
Oh, I'm halfway. Oh my God! Are you watching that documentary?
Oh yes. And I listened to the whole podcast.
What documentary is this?
The Vow.
I think it's The Vow. It's on HBO, right?
It's on HBO Max.
Oh no, I haven't seen it yet.
So there was a whole podcast before this documentary series, and I listened to that as well, because nothing I love more than ghosts and cults.
Me too.
No, it's cults. Okay. Oh my God. See, this is why we're the best three-way. We can relate on so many levels. I was one time fucked by a ghost, or a ghost came inside my body so that I could fuck my boyfriend, but the ghost was inside me. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
And we'll talk about it separately.
This is a story. Sometimes Carrie
tells
stories
gave me a walk.
Where, like,
it gave me a walk.
Oh my God, this is everything.
She doesn't remember though, supposedly.
The bed was wet the next morning.
Maybe
it was juicy. Maybe you peed. Nope. Or maybe she walked.
I think it was like macaroni in a pot, a ghost pot. Ghost macaronis.
Oh my goodness. So on to the next one.
Moving on.
That's for the Halloween show. Anyway.
Why don't you catch us up, or either one of you really, catch us up on Britney?
I am Free Britney obsessed. I
agree.
Follow her Instagram very strongly. There's a podcast about her Instagram that does a deep dive that I follow. So when the first hearing that happened a couple months ago, we didn't really hear what happened from it, because she couldn't show up. It was like postponed. Now we're getting back that one, her conservatorship was given to her sister.
Right.
But that also her dad wants it to go to somebody else and she can't afford it. So now we're getting like not only the current last hearing, but information from the hearing before. And it's kind of conflicting, because in one hand we're hearing that it's her sister. Another hand we're hearing the father saying it's going to this guy that she can't afford. I have noticed her Instagram has changed a little bit since the hearing.
A little bit.
Less like the same picture with a different caption, and less like, this is my grandmother's Christmas card for me from 1975.
Yes.
And so I'm super excited about the last two posts that she had, which was like a MAC lipstick display.
Saw that.
And then the thing that was like, want to make out. I'm like, oh, Britney, this feels more on brand for you. It's still very medicated, but it feels more you. It feels more you.
The I don't even know what we want to call them. What are you calling them? The crop top, the pirate crop top shirts.
They're like peasant tops.
It's very sheen.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I was glad to get a breather from it. I started being like, she was going through into like a deep hole of those shirts, and it was
and the same picture with like 13 filters, and we get to see all the choices.
And no makeup. You're the black liner is bleeding out of your eyes. What do you mean no makeup?
Yeah.
It looks like she's been crying for a very long time.
She needs to learn how to do a triple wash at night. She needs
the Korean double wash for sure.
Oh,
she needs to do what you and I do after the show, or the Korean double cleanse. That's what I mean.
I just have to say that
you do it like a facial oil, and then you remove it with like a warm washcloth, and then you wash with a
regular cleanser.
I just use like the makeup wipes. And then I wash my face. That's not good.
I need to. It counts.
It's similar.
It's like an American version.
Okay. All right. I need the Korean version. You'll give me the recipe after the show.
But we're gonna have a whole other
I'm just acne
show.
prone, so I'm a freak.
We're gonna have like a Patreon side show after this.
Yeah, perfect.
But I was just gonna say that I'm very invested in her story, whereas Ashley is like the Bravo. I am invested in Britney's story wholeheartedly.
Yes.
It makes me sad when she has to twirl so much to get all that energy out of her body from her like bipolar issues and her medications. And I'm interested to see if the conservatorship does, not to bring it to a serious note, but if the conservatorship does actually, is actually going to switch to her sister, and she maybe gets a little bit more budget where she can afford like real clothes for a person that makes
like not
her
Forever
money.
21.
Yeah.
Right.
And like maybe a makeup artist and someone to give her good hair extensions. Like I will donate you hair extensions, Brittany. Like I will make it right for you.
Nothing was
Carrie's here for you.
I'm here.
Nothing was more tragic than that video where she was like, my favorite designer is Tom Ford. And I was like, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Clearly it's
Tom
not.
Ford is not your favorite designer at all.
Target, like Moreno or whatever that brand
No,
is.
Target would be a step up. You're right, Ashley. It is straight up Forever 21. We're not even.
Or it's when BB went out of business, they just gave her all the tube dresses and we're like, here you go.
There you go.
Here's a hot pink BB tube dress. But anyway, I'm curious to see how her content changes.
Yeah.
And my friends and I have an alternate theory. I have other friends. I know it's weird for you. Then I'll wrap it up. But
are you okay, Ashley?
My other friends, I know
barely, barely.
We think that she's going to record an album in her real voice, which is not that baby voice. It's like a Christina Aguilera voice, which is what there's been anyway. And like, what is going to happen? Like, if it actually changes, I'm excited to see. Anyway. Should we move on? I just got so invested.
You're very into it. I just wanted to let you guys know what some of the Facebook people are saying.
Oh,
yes.
Yvonne Garcia is saying, I'm really enjoying this three-way. She was very excited last week when we announced you were going to be a guest.
Aww.
So hi, Yvonne.
It's a very hot three-way. Hey, Yvonne.
She says that you need to be a regular, and I couldn't agree more.
Maybe we'll have you like every once in a while.
I mean, I'm down. Look, this my muzzle. I told Carrie before we started that I get muzzle sweat. It's hot in here. You see the muzzle sweat happening?
It looks like you just used like a glotion.
Yeah. Ryan says, I may not be a mom, but I'm loving this gossipy chit chat. My girlfriend and I are fully entertained. Thank you for an easygoing evening. Love you, ladies. Sharing with my sister and sister-in-law. Love you guys. Don't forget to tell us your funniest, silliest nickname in the comments, because
otherwise I'm gonna have to make something up and it's gonna be horrible. You know.
Yeah, and you can win a free cookie cake that has profanities.
Also, what this pandemic needs is free sweets.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
but that's how I'm in my situation.
A few more LBs. That's all we all need, right?
Exactly.
Just pack it on.
My jumper is not completely zipped up in the back, and you can never know. True story.
My shorts are completely unzipped, so don't worry. We're right there, right here.
Perfect. So the last is, right? This is our last.
No, so Nicole, we wanted to get to know you a little bit better. Okay. Even though anyone who listens to your show probably knows, but let's indulge us a little bit.
Yes.
So one of the things that we love about your Instagram and just like observing you, that sounds so creepy. You know what I mean?
Watching you from afar.
When we watch you and you don't know who we are.
We all do it.
Yeah. Is that you seem to have this like really great approach to parenting that's super like just go with the flow, not stress about it. How do you maintain that? Because I feel like I personally, with this learn at home situation and a toddler and trying to do everything, like I really need a lesson because I am at my wit's end. The only thing I can say is that like I am not always go with the flow. I am not always like cool, calm, and collected. For the most part, I snap often, but I try to laugh, because if you don't laugh, like I had a whole thing, my youngest is coming out of it with my youngest son, Keegan, literal nightmare, spawn of the devil. All he did was cry. All he did was have a tantrum. Like, How old is he?
He's 4. He just turned 4. I mean, it was bad. I mean,
he's got such an angel face too.
Yeah, but just not an angel in real life. But again, he's coming out of it. Anyways, I had this whole thing on my Instagram called the Keegan Chronicles, because I mean, I'd be walking across like 2nd Avenue in New York City, and he would just be like, bah, and have a tantrum and lay down in the middle of the street. And instead of freaking out and like coming close to like shaking my child, which we all want to do sometimes, we just never should.
Or just blow in their face to stop.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, you can just blow and they just kind of like freeze for a second.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Sometimes they go back to
it. That's way better than anything I've ever had the impulse to do.
Or you embarrass them and put your phone up and start Insta-storying them and go, why are you crying? Are you done? And then I post it because it's like, you know what? Everybody is dealing with this insane child. And if I don't do this right now and laugh at it, I'm gonna shake and I'm gonna have a meltdown myself. So I think the laughing at all of this craziness and everything that makes you want to cry makes it just a little bit more tolerable.
Yeah.
And I feel like, my family's a big old Italian family and plenty of like crazy, terrible shit has happened to us, but we have funny stories about it. And so even at least when you're remembering it, you're like, this is going to be a good story later. At the very least, give me something to like use for fodder later.
Yeah.
So you can like laugh about it, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
So, when I knew you before I actually was on your Instagram, but you're kind of like the mom that I want to be like in that I am a little bit on my good day. Oh, your microphone.
Totally just lost my mic. It just fell into my lap.
No big deal. Okay. No big deal. We heard your wop. There you go.
There it goes.
It was macaroni in a pot.
Macaroni in a pot. We'll get that sound effect. You're like, I love that you're like constantly like making fun and pranking your husband.
Oh, I have to.
I know, making fun of your kids. You seem like such like a fun mom and like a ball busting but fun wife. And that's like me on my good day with my partner.
But the good days are few and far between.
Lately, mm-hmm. Then I'm just the ball buster and not like the jokester.
Yeah.
Do you have to work at this? Is this like do you work at it, or is this something that comes really naturally to you?
No, I don't have to work at it at all, because again, I have to laugh or I'll kill him and we'll get divorced. So especially during the pandemic, like you have to go and throw an ice cold glass of water over him in the shower when he's not expecting it.
What was that like today? There was some like weird clown doll.
The like brownie thing?
Oh no, they were little ghost brownies that like a babysitter had started to make and I was forced to finish. And I caught him eating it at 10 a.m. I walked out, he thought I was still on the air and I was like, what are you doing? He was like, and I just was like, phone up, and I was like, I'm Insta-storying. I am documenting this. You're not allowed to do this. Look at you eating this massive brownie with a marshmallow and white chocolate all over it.
Oh my God.
You have to, because like, honestly, we are the kind of couple who like, I know this is so cliche, but like fights really hard and like loves really hard. And again, if I don't laugh and do that and throw the phone up and like document it, I will murder him and we will end up getting divorced. I mean, it's the way.
You'll both be in prison.
Or that's also something that's very feasible, for sure.
Yes. What's the funniest thing your kids have ever done?
Let's see. Well, I think Keegan, this summer we went down to OBX. We went down to the Outer Banks because we were like literally fleeing New York. Oh my gosh, it was so amazing. Like we started freaking out one night. We drank too much and we went on like, I don't know, Airbnb or one of those things. And we were like, let's get out of here. The next morning we were like, I guess we just rented a house for 3 weeks down to the Outer Banks. But we just felt like we had to get out of like our New York City apartment. So we went down there and Keegan was in the middle of still like potty training. He had the pee down. The shit, not so much. He just really couldn't figure that out. So we're like,
I don't mean me, I mean my son, but also me a little bit.
Scary.
Yeah.
So we, all of a sudden he was missing and he came running in the door and we're like, what were you just doing? He was like, I was pooping. And we were like, where's the poop? What do you mean you were pooping? So Matt runs with him outside and he brought him to the scene of the crime, and it was in the neighbor's in the neighbor's yard, right at the front door. He pulled his pants down, shit at their doorstep, pulled his pants up, and came back to the house. So that was awesome. It's really special. And I'm hoping they thought it was a dog and not a 3-year-old at the time.
Your Airbnb renter rating's really going to change.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it incredible the logs that the 3-year-old boys leave?
How does
mine? I don't know. I don't know. Mine just like all of a sudden he'll be like, I did poopy, and I go in the bathroom and there's like an adult-sized turd on the floor. I have photos, and I'm just like,
she sends me the photos. I'm like, that's a big ass shit. Let me tell you,
it's like something that came out of me. It's huge
because you feed him well.
Huh?
But it's also like, did you ever think like when you're like with like, you know, your partner or your, you know, your significant other, did you ever think you'd be like, yo, honey, come in here, take a look at this? Like, because you just cannot believe the sheer size and girth of it. It's like, you just can't believe it came out of your kid. It's unreal.
Yeah.
My partner has a weird obsession. Like every time I change my daughter's diaper, he's like, what did it look like? I'm like, I'm not going to tell you every time what it looked like. Like we're beyond the like infant, is her poop healthy? It's fine. Right. It's fine. I'm only going to tell you if something's weird. Okay. Like I'm not going to show them all to you.
That's so funny. So Nicole, you have exposure to celebrities.
I do.
Every single day.
I do.
And I'm sure you have the greatest stories. So we wanted to play a quick game of Hot Goss quick fire with you. So just like quick cuff answers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Start?
Sure.
Okay.
Has anyone been too beyond fucked up when you've met them and interviewed them?
And can you name names?
And if not, we'll do a hot cold. Maybe we'll guess.
Yeah, I mean, I can name them. It's very easy. It was the Chainsmokers, and they've been on our show a bunch of times. They didn't go to sleep. They came right from the club to the show. We're drinking shots of 1942 of tequila in the lobby of Sirius XM. Came in, and one of them mid-interview said, "Can I please have a garbage can? I think I'm going to throw up."
Drink because this is the ultimate drinking.
Yeah. I mean, the Chainsmokers.
Yeah, God, I was having such a good time.
The Chainsmokers is the least surprising answer, honestly.
I would have never guessed that.
When I worked at Martha Stewart. I was a talent booker there.
Okay.
And Wendy Williams, which you have an affinity because you've done the show.
I've been on a couple times, yeah.
Yeah. So I also have good name-droppy stories, but Snoop Dogg was smoking weed in the dressing room, which is like the least surprising story in the entire fucking world.
Of course,
so,
with Martha.
Drink, because that was a name drop.
I mean, I was just going to say, yeah, I mean, Snoop Dogg. Also, you want to know something? Now that we're talking about rappers real quick. You know the worst handshake ever?
Who?
Jay-Z. He shakes like
really?
a wet... Like, what? You know what I'm talking about?
No.
That's it.
Yeah,
I
hate that.
I shake like a man. Like, I'm like, it's nice to meet you, like Jay-Z.
I hate the limp. How can Beyonce be with a limp handshake?
I mean,
and how does a limp handshake not translate to a limp dick? That's all I need to say.
Also, how does a limp handshake? Didn't he used to be a pimp?
No, I think he just sold crack.
No, I think he just sold drugs.
Sold crack.
Yeah.
You can't have it. You can't.
Which
have
also
it.
you need a firm handshake.
That's what I'm saying. That was also a granny thing where he's like, wasn't he a pimp?
Wasn't he a pimp back in the day?
Jesus
But
Christ.
either way,
Lord have mercy.
You need a firm handshake for both of those things.
Okay.
You do.
I have aged in COVID so hard. It's like, it's been 75 years.
Oh my God. Okay, all-time best celebrity interview. All-time greatest.
Oh gosh. Okay, well, this was really cool because it just like, it solely felt like I was like a part of history. Steven Tyler came in when he was on American Idol, and he busts in, the door flies open, and he goes, "Where are the jugs? Where are the butts? Where's the booze?" And I was like, oh my God, is this a joke? He was like, just joking. And he like sat down. But like Steven Tyler, now he looks like a 90-year-old woman, right? But like, he's still Steven Tyler. He's still like, he's a walking, talking, like musical history book. And it felt very cool. Like I felt like I was in the presence of like greatness. I know, again,
was he wearing Tevas like he likes to wear?
No, he was wearing like boots and the weird scarves. Yeah. You know, he's really into the scarves right now.
My mom has a weird thing for Steven Tyler.
That's one of my favorite blogs or Instagram. Here I am being old again. One of my favorite blogs or Instagrams or some such thing is Steven Tyler is
I can't with you today.
Steven Tyler is a sexy grandma. Have you ever looked at that? Oh
no, but I mean, I'm going to follow it immediately.
It's like him wearing like blouses and like wide leg patchwork pants.
Okay.
And then like granny scarves and granny glasses, like tinted granny glasses. And it's true, his aesthetic is kind of like sexy Rue McClanahan meets denim.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that he's still kicking is like a whole nother thing. I mean, if you watch any like documentary about Hearon-smith, it's like they put more drugs. Yeah, dead a million times.
Yeah.
That was like when I met Mick Jagger. I'm like, you should be dead. Two, you're 175 years old, but when you walked into a room and I was at the other side of the room,
you felt it.
I felt it, turned around.
Yes.
Saw a man in a purple. Oh, we should drink because we are mentioning.
Yeah, I mean, name drop.
Gucci velvet tuxedo.
Ooh, me too.
And I was just like, who is that?
Does anyone else want to make out with Harry Styles real bad?
Oh, don't even get me started. Yeah. I interviewed him, and he allegedly likes both sexes.
Anything, whatever,
And he's been rocking pearls and very like crazy, really crazy outfits. So I kind of was like over it. And then you sit next to him, and he oozes sex, and you're just like, can I lick you?
Like you can just get it.
That's
my son
was, and I'm like, that's what made me think of old, and I'm just like, I could feel him from across
the room. Oh, he's so
room.
Charming and sexy.
Sebastian, my son, loves Harry Styles. He'll say, I want to listen Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. And I'm like, you got it. We could listen to this shit all day long, Sebastian, whatever you want.
You can sing about going down on girls all day long, Sebastian.
It's cool. It's cool. Mommy don't care. Just play it.
Now, I know the answer to this for Ashley, but have you ever been hit on by a celebrity? And if so, who?
A couple times, but the funniest one was
like the worst time you were hit on.
Yeah, like not enjoyable.
Okay, it wasn't enjoyable because my husband was there. and of who he was. So my husband had brought his 2 nieces up because they were really, really big fans of Bruno Mars. This is like at the height of Bruno Mars when he was just like, I mean, don't. I mean, like,
I'm not into Bruno Mars.
Oh, okay.
He's like,
we're having our first fight, Carrie. We're having our first fight.
And I should be because my partner's last name is Mars, and it's the whole joke that Bruno Mars is like as a joke. Anyway,
okay.
Bruno Mars is medium. He puts on an amazing show. I've seen him live, and the show is ridiculous. Like him as a performer is ridiculous, but I just don't find him like he's not my type. I
get you. And you know what? I understand that because he's not my type either because he's 3 feet tall. Okay. Right. So that doesn't work for me. So my husband brought up his nieces to meet him. They met him. And then we're doing some of we're doing our interview and then we're taking our photos. And he didn't realize that that was my husband. He goes, yo, so you got a girl? And my husband heard it. And like the nerdiest nerd of all nerds stepped in and goes, yes, I'm her man, Mr. Mars. And I was like, oh God, I wanted to crawl into a fetal position and hide in the corner. Number 1, because he just stepped in. He could have just let it go. I could have handled it. And number 2, because he called him Mr. Mars. Like, it was just it was bad on so many levels. It was bad.
Oh, I love that. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. All right. Here's a fun one. What is the weirdest Instagram account you follow? Like the weirdest, it doesn't have to be a celebrity. Any just weird one.
Oh, I follow like a lot of these, you know, the ones that you follow that they have millions of followers, but they are private. So you have to request them. Like what kind of
accounts?
What sick torture is that to be the one who runs that account that wants to accept every one of those millions of requests? Yeah. So like daddy issues, boozy bitches.
Yeah,
I mean, those daddy issues. You do? Okay. So I'm not that weird. These are not weird. No. Okay. Because sometimes
very popular.
Oh, they are. Okay. Carrie, I feel like you're judging me.
I also follow those.
She follows a lot of baby goat.
I follow a lot of like baby goat and baby pig Instagrams
because very into that.
I have like some bad anxiety and insomnia, and sometimes late at night the only thing that really cures that is
a baby goat.
Videos.
Yeah, she's really into baby goats.
Yeah. Can you tell me the name of a baby goat? Like, are they bizarre names? Or are they just called like baby goats?
It's called like baby goat Instagram or like one pretty goat. Like, you know,
but it's no other animal. It's specifically
goats. It's just baby goats.
Goats. Okay.
It's just like pretty baby goats, and sometimes they're just like posing, or sometimes they're like neighing or whatever a goat whatever they do, you know. Or they're just my goats are pretty, Ashley. You want to see the little goats?
No, my goats are crazy.
And they're just pretty, or like some baby pigs who are trying to like move and they just fall because they're fat and piggy, and it just brings it hits a certain pleasure zone in my head.
This is the episode that exposes Carrie for actually being a 75-year-old woman.
This is it.
Serial killer. Because I know a lot about serial killers too, and if I have one head injury, I'm
stop talking.
Serial killer.
Stop talking.
Me too.
Stop.
Again, this is a threesome made in heaven. I know every serial killer ever, and I know all about them. I'm obsessed.
You fucking crazy person.
Have you ever done goat yoga? I mean, if you're a yogi, you've probably done goat yoga.
It's not good.
Oh, really?
It's awful.
They shit all the time, and they piss everywhere, and they piss on your mat, and they shit on your mat, and then they jump on your back like in a down dog, which doesn't feel good. What just happened?
My earpiece fell out. Sorry.
So what is your biggest? I thought you were throwing up for a second.
My biggest what? You didn't finish the sentence. What is your biggest?
Hold on.
Okay. Did you lose us?
Hold on. Sorry, I touched my earbot. There we go. Sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh my God. I was like, do I have like a booger? I was like, why are they stopping?
Ashley touched your earbud and Sonia Morgan started talking.
No, you did it on purpose.
Yes. What's your biggest celebrity crush?
My biggest celebrity crush. Okay, so I have some bizarre ones. Okay, I have like 3, like my top 3 of guys. Liev Schreiber. I know that's kind of weird. I think it's just it's not even. Okay, it's not Liev. It's really Ray Donovan. Like I want that like tortured, like just messed up human being that is Ray Donovan. So I love him.
How I feel about John Krasinski, Jim Halpert. It's not actually John Krasinski.
Exactly. Exactly. Also Ryan Gosling, which I think that's a lot of people have that. But like I hate that. But like and I hate that I love him because like I know he's not traditionally handsome, like he's a little bizarre looking, but like he's just he's got that thing.
And it's the thing where he's like shy, but he won't be shy for you.
Oh no, never.
He's gonna say, "Hey, girl."
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Yeah.
How you doing?
Hey,
and
girl,
then my last one.
That's what I imagine him saying. Yeah.
Wait, and my last one, did you guys ever watch Friday Night Lights? Did you ever get into Taylor Kitsch? Riggins?
No, but he's, wait, is that the coach?
No.
Oh, no.
No, well, yes, him. Kyle Chandler. Coach Taylor. Don't even get me started about him. Yes, I'm obsessed with him. But Riggins,
I saw Riggins at an airport one time, and I almost lost my shit. I almost missed my flight because I wanted to just follow wherever he was going. It was amazing.
Well, I got to interview him, and I screamed, "Will you marry me?" And he almost ran away. So that didn't go well. Yeah, that didn't go so well. Yeah, but those 3 are my top 3 guys. As of now, it might change. It changes from month to month.
That was a surprise for me, Nicole.
Name your number 1?
Yeah, what's yours?
Yo, yeah, duh.
All right.
Die for him. Did you see his video that he just did about wearing a mask?
I posted like 1,700 times, of course.
Young, what is it? Young Paul Rudd? What is he calling it in that video?
Oh, I don't know what he's calling it.
No, he keeps calling himself like certified young person, certified young person.
Certified young person.
He's like my all-time favorite. I've met him a couple of times, and I was like as awkward as I am right now during this episode.
Yeah.
With him.
Mine's Adam Sandler, but that's
what?
I know. That's the love of my life. We've reached a platonic phase of our relationship where I don't really picture having sex with him.
Okay.
But he will forever hold my heart, and I think he's the funniest, and we could tell each other fart jokes and poop jokes and make noises like this.
Okay,
and,
don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that.
You did it perfectly. I'm sorry.
Seizure. Seemed like you were having
That's the love of my life.
That was epic.
Other than my husband. Yeah.
That was epic.
All right.
That was epic.
In honor of you,
yes,
we are playing the age game. My mother said, "You're having Nicole Ryan on. You have to play the age game." And I was like, "Really?" Because I'm really good at it. So I'm dying to kick your ass, Nicole.
Okay.
I'm good at it.
I don't think I'm going to, but I'm dying.
Let me just reach back because I am in the playroom, as you can see. Let me just reach back and grab a piece of construction paper and a marker.
Nice.
So Matt, we don't have the answers. I just have the names. Matt has the answers. These are all famous Virgos, seeing as this is kind of a birthday episode.
Okay, okay.
And we'll go with that. You let us know when you're ready.
I will. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
In the meantime, guys, leave us your weirdest and funniest nicknames on Facebook. Yvonne said, Bonchi. That's what my family calls me since I was a baby. My new nickname is Mama. And my favorite bra. Oh, actually, Sebastian calls me bro all the time now.
Bro?
Really?
Yeah, because we call each other bro. We'll be like, yeah, what's up, bro?
Bruh. Or on below deck when they're like from like, when they say brew. What's the brew?
Yeah, brew. That's what it is. Yeah.
Where are they from when they say brew? I don't even know.
I think like South Africa.
Yeah, South Africa. Yes, yes. Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Blake Lively.
Don't even get me started about Blake Lively.
Should we do a 1, 2,
Wait,
3?
yeah, but wait. I'm not ready.
Okay.
I'm going. I don't have a cool dry erase board like you two.
I put mine like weirdly off center.
Okay. Ready?
Ready? Go.
Ooh, I said 37. I went too high. No, I think I'm right.
35.
You need to do bigger. 34. 33. The winner is closest without going over. I should have said that.
I feel bad that all of us age Blake Lively when she looks so good.
She does look amazing.
I knew she was like close to my age.
She came in with the I don't know, her second this last baby that she had. She came in when I what's the last one? I don't know. She came in pregnant at the same time as me. And we were both like the same amount pregnant, and I was having a very hormonal day, and I cried hysterically because she looked prettier than me. I'm air quoting. I thought she looked prettier than me pregnant. Okay.
I mean, I'm a Gossip Girl fan, so whatever.
Yeah.
All right, Ludacris.
That's a great thing to follow too. Follow Ludacris's account. He's hysterical on Instagram.
He's so funny.
Okay. I feel like I'm skewing high tonight. I'm giving him this, or maybe I'm wrong. Okay, ready?
Ready?
1.
Oh, Nicole,
you both tied.
You and I both got it. Tied.
Okay, and I'm keeping score. All right.
Time to play the age game.
George R.R. Martin.
Oh, this is a toughie.
Isn't he dead? Just kidding.
I mean, he's very gray.
All right.
Okay, George R.R. Martin. I'm going with this. I don't know if I'm even close. Are you ready?
Yep.
1, 2. Oh no.
Wait, what did you say, Nicole?
79. That's what
79.
I said.
Oh my God, Carrie, we're here.
I got it.
You
were right on, Ashley.
Together, Nicole.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I said 68.
And he's 68. We were a whole decade off.
Yeah. What was it? Matt, you can say it.
He's
72.
So Ashley was closer. But I feel like we're on a different.
Are we playing by your rules? The closest without going over?
The closest without going over. Correct.
Okay. Okay.
Dang, he does not look good for his age.
Well,
no.
I don't think he looks good for any age.
He's tired from writing all those damn books, man. It's got to be exhausting.
He looks good for a dead guy. Yeah. Chris Pine.
Okay,
Chris Pine.
Ooh, Chris Pine.
All right.
I feel like this marker is really sucking balls. Okay, ready?
Ready?
1, 2. Whoa, we're all
40.
over this. 41, I said.
I got
Carrie
it.
wins it.
I got it.
Oh my God.
Right.
You guys, this is not good.
All right. I'm going to do 2 more.
Okay.
Time. Let's do Cameron Diaz.
Oh, she just had a baby. Okay.
Did she?
She did, yeah.
I don't think it was like in vitro or surrogate, right?
I think so.
Right.
Bam with Bam.
Okay, I'm going with this. Ready? 1.
Bam. The guy,
You ready?
Wait, the guy from Good Charlotte. Yeah. Ready? Yeah.
Yes, Benji Madden. Go.
45.
Oh my God. Another
48.
decade.
Did I get it again?
48. So you got it.
So you got it, Carrie. You
God,
got it.
Carrie's winning. All right.
You guys
And
are
on this
dominating me.
last one.
Okay.
Last one. I'm going to go with it because he's
It's your muzzle sweat. It's making you go.
Oh God.
love of my life. Adam Sandler.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Adam Sandler.
Ready?
I'm doing a lot of dope. Yeah. 1, 2.
I know this one.
55.
54.
Oh, of course you knew
You were
it.
so close.
It's the love of your life.
She's like, I sent him a birthday card, actually.
I
Oh my
always do on Instagram happy birthday because you never know when he's going to look, you know?
But like, what if he
Right?
writes back one day? I mean, what will you do? Will you have muzzle sweat
I
also?
did meet him once. I met him once. I went to TRL in college when he was going to be there. And I wore my Everybody Loves a Jewish Girl t-shirt for him. And in the commercial break, I said, Sandman, because that's what his fans call him. Sandman, I love you. And he was like, oh, and I said, can I have a hug? And he goes like this. And I swear to you, my life
touched
moved
you?
in slow motion. Yes, he gave me a hug. My life moved in slow motion. And the TRL people were like, you do that again, you're out of here. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. and on another commercial break, he came back over and he was like, oh, so he just started talking to me. And I was like, I wore this t-shirt for you, which is, on my boobs. And
Right.
He was like, oh, yeah, that's cool. And I was, Meatball, his dog had just died. I was like, Meatball died. I'm so sorry. It was,
This is the
we had a
nerdiest
real
you've ever
connection.
been. This is
I
the
love
nerdiest
him.
you've
I
ever
love
This
him.
sounds borderline stalkerish. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
I love
definitely
you.
stalkerish.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
stalkerish.
All right. So, side note, I just saw a thing my brother sent me that, speaking of Paul Rudd,
Yeah.
Paul Rudd is the same age as Wilford Brimley was when he made Cocoon. How crazy
Well,
is
that's
Wait,
that?
he's 50, 51?
Yeah, he's like 51, 52. Isn't that crazy that
That is
Wilford
crazy.
Brimley in Cocoon is the same age as Paul Rudd? That is mind-blowing to me.
When I've been feeling sad or just like I want to like just jump off the roof this pandemic, I go to watch his scene. Is it in Wanderlust when he's looking at himself in the mirror going,
oh, she loves that.
He's like, but my dick
with
sucks.
my dick. I'm gonna put it in with my dick.
Yeah.
So in the
I hope I did
outtakes,
close enough that everyone saw how my dick.
my dick.
And he's
So
like,
good.
yeah, that's my favorite thing.
Okay, so sadly, our time is coming to an end.
Is it? What time is it?
We have to have you on more often.
It's 9:56, but we had a game of hot and cold,
Yeah.
celebrity hot and cold planned. So could you give us one celebrity crazy story? Leave the celebrity out. We have to guess. By the way, the tie was Carrie and I. We should do a tiebreaker, but fuck
Maybe
it.
it's hot and cold.
Maybe it's my birthday and I just won.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, hot and cold, tiebreaker. All right, so you are going to give us a story, and we're going to guess the celebrity, and you're going to give us some hot and cold kind of clues.
Okay. I don't know if you're going to, I have a couple if you need them, but if we just want to do one, I think you should be able to figure this out because my daughter's a part of it. Okay?
Okay.
So
Taylor
this,
Swift.
fuck you. I have more.
It's her birthday, but now we have to hear the story.
Okay, but the story is, I was going to say this pop star actually did a background check on my daughter in order for her to come meet her.
Oh,
She did a background check on all of
the story.
Yes, she did a background check on all of us. Listen, I don't blame her. I don't want to talk shit about her. Yes,
but
I do.
also, like, what does your child have an arrest record?
I mean, like, she was 5, so like, how much of a background? I mean, with being my daughter,
was a waste of money. That background check, let me tell you,
huge waste of money.
What if they pooped your pants a couple of times?
Yes, it may or may not have happened. I just remember them being like asking for like one of the talent people that was putting the whole event together was like, I need your daughter, asking for all like her social security, like all this stuff. And I was like, why am I giving you this information about Parker? And he was like, they're running a background check on her or she can't come. And I was like,
she has really bad credit though.
She used to come into my old restaurant in LA that I used to work at. And she wasn't not nice, but she wasn't nice.
Listen, I love her. I've been interviewing her since we were the first to play her when she crossed over from country to pop. So like I've been interviewing her since she was 14. So we have a nice relationship with her. But that like left a bad taste in my mouth, or just a bizarre taste in my mouth, kind of like,
it's weird.
What was that? Yeah, like what I just eat.
But also she gets death threats. So like,
I was just gonna say, I have seen the documentary. I Think We're Alone Now. If you haven't seen it, binge watch it immediately. It's about super fans of Tiffany, the 80s pop star. And people are weird. And so when I hear that story about her, first I think, oh God, that was weird. She had a background check. But then the other thing I think is, what happened to you that you have to background check a 5-year-old?
Well, plus remember she had that fan that like groped her during a meet.
Yeah, it was a DJ. It was a radio DJ. Gave us a bad name, man.
Yeah,
not cool.
All right, so give us another one.
You can
Sorry,
me,
this time
Nicole.
I won't.
Okay. Okay. This is a good one. So this Irish stud found out what my kids' names are, which are Parker Ireland and Keegan Patrick. So super Irish names. And once he found out when I was interviewing him, he said, well, do your best Irish accent for us. And I was like, oh, fuck. Because I can't do an Irish accent because I'm a Jew from New York who just does, can't do it. So I tried and I made a complete fool of myself and he laughed hysterically at me. Who am I talking about?
Colin Farrell.
It is your birthday. I mean, what other hot Irishmen are there?
I'm really good at celebrity It's like it's like my special weird stupid talent. Like my human trick is just like celebrity bullshit.
The really tricky thing about an Irish accent is it can go into Jamaican really easily.
Jamaican?
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're good. It's not going to be good.
True story. Me and my best friend auditioned for Long Day's Journey and Tonight on Broadway, and there was an Irish maid in it. And there was just like a few lines, but a lot of them had yes, ma'am in them.
Okay.
And with an Irish accent, it can easily go to yes, man. And then it goes into like a Jamaican situation. And both of us separately, we did not even confer with each other. After the audition, we're like, let's meet up midday and have cocktails in Times Square after this audition.
100%.
And both of us were like, oh my God, we went into a Jamaican accent. We both, so evidently it's very common for Irish accents to go into Jamaican.
Interesting. All right, I'm going to keep my ear out for that because, you know,
and also yes, mon. It just goes very weird.
What a world, man.
What a world.
I thought that was great.
All right. So we have a winner.
Yes.
Our winner is Yvonne with her bruh story.
Nice.
So Yvonne, we will reach out to you afterwards. You're going to get a free Eat My Cookie cake.
And please take a picture of us and tag it with us as well as them, because I want to know what dirty ass thing you're gonna
we want to know what you picked or what not dirty thing. But Yvonne, I feel like you're gonna go a little dirty.
Please
you should.
So our hashtag swag bag pick this week is very easy. It's Eat My Cookie. They gave us this beautiful cookie cake.
They put all that writing that I requested. I was like, how much writing can I put on here? Because I have a lot to say about this bitch.
We love them so much. It's run by the Barnett sisters. They do customized cookies to suit any occasion for any customer as G or not NSF.
Whatever you need. All the things. If you have all the things, they'll make a cookie for it.
But no racial, homophobic, or sexist slurs, which I want to say again because I love that they say that.
I love that.
I just really love that. They do monthly promotions given through email subscriptions at eatmycookiecakes.com, and you can find more on Eat My Cookies New York City on Instagram or NYC.
They're so cute.
They're so
cute. Follow them. They're adorable.
And then tomorrow on the Momtourage Instagram, which is at Momtourage Podcast, we will do a recap of all this fun stuff about Nicole and Eat My Cookies and yada yada. Nicole.
I mean,
the time went by so fast.
I know. I don't want to go back out of this playroom and go hang out with my husband. I want to hang out with you all night.
You do want air conditioning, though. You do want air
conditioning. I do, because I mean the sweat's getting bad, man.
We are schwitzing so hard.
Well, if you're up for it, maybe we'll have you back every once in a while.
Yeah,
are you? Gossip.
I would
love
to.
I don't want to put you on the spot, but
no, you say the word now, and I mean I'm there 100%. If I get to sit and hang out with you and drink wine, I mean I'm down any night. You call.
What a small world, because when we were talking about people to have on the show, I was like, well, I know Nicole Ryan's manager. Let's see if she'll do it.
And she's like, Nicole Ryan.
She's my yoga student, so I'll just text her. And I was like, oh, okay, great.
I was like an asshole. I was like, well, I know her, so
yeah. I mean, like I've touched her,
and then like adjusted her. You know what I'm saying? Like
multiple times. Yeah. I'm so happy. This is the best.
I know. We have to hang out IRL when this whole weird thing.
Yeah, that would be really nice.
Over.
So see you in 2024.
Exactly.
Yes. It's going to be great.
Also, you from afar, waving, being like, hi.
Yeah.
Where can people find you? Give us all your things. Plug your shit.
I'm on the Morning Mashup on Sirius XM Hits 1. It's on channel 2, or on the Sirius XM app, which is free since we've been in the pandemic. So, I mean, I don't know what you're waiting for. Just download the app. And at Mashup Nicole on Twitter, on Instagram, at Mashup Nicole. And I've got 2 new podcasts myself. One is a mommy podcast. It's a mommy and daddy podcast. It's called Have Kids, They Said. And that's also on Sirius XM, on Sirius XM app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Is that with your husband?
No, he actually just said that today. He's like, at what point are you going to do one with me? And I was like, I can't, I spent enough time with you. And then also the Mashup has one called the After Mash, which is also wherever you get your podcast. So that's all my plugging, girls. That's all my plugging.
Perfect.
Follow her.
Follow her. Do it.
Do it. You're not going to be sad. We just want to say thank you to Lee.
My partner, Lee, who is our tech person for this whole show.
Love you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee, for putting up with us, ladies.
Thank you to Matt, who's our control room director.
He's our Gelman. Thank you, Matt.
He is the best.
Thank you to the dog that's on the floor resting at our feet.
Clementine. Guys, tune in next week. We're going to have Kate Casey on the show, host of Reality Life with Kate Casey. We're going to be basically doing this again, but talking reality a little bit more.
Love it.
And it's going to be super fun.
She's probably going to be more awake because she's on West Coast time.
Yes, it's going to be like 6 p.m. for her. And if you guys love this show, which we hope you do, please make sure to post about us or whatever, tag us, and we will reach out and send you a little gift.
Some swag, because you know how we love swag.
Yeah.
And quickly, I feel like you also should probably say thank you to Sonia Morgan. I mean, I just feel like
and obviously, thank you, Sonia Morgan, for taking Carrie's money and making that wonderful, wonderful video, because it made my birthday. I teared up, and I'm going to, as soon as we hang up, I'm watching
We're going to watch it again.
Yeah. I love
I'll send it to you, too, in case you just want to see that little almost nip slip.
Yeah, I need to. Let's watch.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much, Nicole.
Thank you, guys. I love you. I can't get enough of you. Call me anytime, and I'm here. Mwah.
Oh, we will take you up on that. Bye, Nicole. Bye, everybody. Okay, that's our show today, folks. Thank you so much for giving us a listen. Please do not forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We are out here on our own, and these things really, really matter.
We want to hear from you. Tell us what you want to hear. Email us at momtouragepod@gmail.com.
Follow us on Instagram at Momtourage Podcast to hang out with us all week long.
We are here for you. You are not alone. We got you. So go ahead, girl. Know this posse is behind you, and go slay. Momtourage is written and produced by Ashley Hearon-Smith and Carrie Sotero. Recorded and mixed by Lee Mars. Our theme song, MILF, is by the band Mama Drama. You can find them on Instagram at Mama Drama Band or mamadramaband.com.
Subscribe to Momtourage wherever you get your podcasts.